The mire. An apt name for a terrible place. I was sent to find a way through. Let's start by finding an outpost, or a camp, or something.
Oh man, I gotta be perfectly honest. It feels like the mire in New York City today. It is hot and humid as fuck, and it's disgusting. But we're gonna plow right ahead. Hello and welcome back to another For Honor mission. As you can see, or as you can hear rather, the police are right outside. They are coming to arrest me for cursing within the first 2 minutes of the video. But before we dive into the action, today's questions were brought to you by Gradwell John and High Marshal Jaeger. Gradwell wants to know what I think about tradition and being conservative, and High Marshal Jaeger wants to know why I respect Barack Obama and Bernie Sanders and where I think the United States is going politically. Both of those are very charged questions, and they are no doubt going to get me in a lot of trouble, but I'm going to talk about them because I think they're interesting. And one thing that I always felt was important for the whole uncut playthrough concept is the fact that we play video games, and when you play a game with your buddy or whatever, you're not just playing the game, you're also just having a conversation. And that's why I never feel uncomfortable about talking about things that are completely unrelated to gaming while playing a game and doing a pretty traditional Let's Play. So without further ado, let's dive into it. I'm going to assume for a moment that when you say tradition, I'm assuming that you mean with regards to political tradition and traditional political thoughts and things like that, having views about the way the government works that are old school, if you will. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Look at how stylish I am right now. Holy crap, I'm on a roll. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being conservative or being liberal. And what happens nowadays is the liberal media has perverted what it means to be a conservative, to be a good and true American. That has been perverted by the liberal snowflakes in their ivory towers, not understanding what real work ethic is, and wanting to get government handouts and let the Mexicans. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm doing here, though? My goodness. Okay. This is obviously going to be a challenging mission, and I feel like I'm going to have to change up my story feats because I'm getting my ass kicked, and this is a long mission. But essentially, what I just did is I used a little bit of hyperbole to exaggerate the truth a little bit, and it seems like the terrain is causing some errors, and soldiers are just dying without me even hitting them. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it, but I think something in the bog is causing some little animation glitches and whatnot. But before we continue, I think we're gonna get a cutscene after we kill this guy. So let's take a second to watch that. Oh boy, we got reinforcements coming.
Whoever that warrior had alerted was probably who I wanted to talk to.
Maybe. So yeah, we live in a time now where both ends of the media are trying to convince you that the other side is completely insane and their ideologies are completely contrary to yours, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't have a good plan. They're gonna destroy the country, blah blah blah, etc., etc. It's a lot of bad stuff. But in the reality of it is that being a conservative is a very simple thing, and being a liberal is a very simple thing, and there are a bunch of ranges within each of those things. So to give you an example, I myself. Wait a minute now. We got some spikes, and I'm about to use them. Almost there. Got to calculate the trajectory. There we go. And then number 2, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Perfect. That just kind of gently went into his spine at the base of his skull. It was nice. And look at that. We got a Viking to rescue that can help us out. So, what does it mean to be a conservative in the most basic sense, in the most true sense? It means that you like things the way they are and you don't want it to change that much. And what does it mean to be a liberal? The way things are, it's okay. But let's fuck with it a little bit. Let's mix things up. Let's change it. And that's it. And then you just got the gray areas in between. And of course, you got the extremists on either side. You got the extreme liberals that want us all to wear cotton candy on our heads. And you got the extreme conservatives that want us to build a giant wall and keep all the aliens out. And when I say aliens, I don't mean the green ones. And those are the extreme sides. And both of those sides are crazy. But that's not the bulk, right? The bulk of conservative people are regular freaking people. Because me, myself, I'm kind of conservative, even though I just very liberally set my ally on fire. So, I don't know. Is it conservative to feel like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or is that liberal? I'm not sure. But in the end, we both survived, so I think my decision was okay. I'm a conservative liberal. There are some things that I feel that are traditional, and there are other things that I feel that are hipster and you know, free love, man. Let's all live together in harmony. Ooh. I think we got arrows coming. Yeah, there's flaming arrows coming down on us. And you know what? I don't think I need to kill these guys because they're not by the objective, so I'm just gonna avoid it because my health is really low, so I don't want to mess with that at the moment. I'm gonna skip them and go straight for the objective. So yeah, I'm a mix of both, and I don't feel any shame in that, even though I've voted for the liberal candidates for the last 12 years or 8 years. I don't know how long I've been voting for, but
maybe one of them would
my point is, there's nothing wrong with being either way, and it all becomes a problem when you just start adding rhetoric into it, and when you start confusing what the actual message is for a conservative and what the actual message is for a liberal. These Orochi attacks so fast, man. It's crazy. You know, and the reason why, to go to High Marshal Jaeger's question, the reason why I respect Obama and Bernie Sanders is partly because they are both liberal and conservative at the same time. They have traditional beliefs. They believe in family. They believe in just being kind people and all that good stuff. But at the same time, they recognize and acknowledge that look, things aren't perfect. America's the greatest country in the world, even though most of the doctors in our country are from India. So I guess we're not that great. You know, it's this weird thing that guys like Obama and Bernie, they can kind of recognize that stuff and be open to that and say, look, we need to change and we can get better. I'm not trying to make you guys wear cotton candy on your hats. I'm not trying to give our country away. Fuck.
Let's start by finding an outpost.
Oh man. Look, all I'm saying is I respect them because they're honest for the most part, right? They're politicians. There's always a little bit of disingenuity in politicians. But I don't know. Fuck. I completely lost my train of thought when I died there. Fuck off of that. Oh, no, it's fine. Very serious. I suppose now's as good a time to pick up. I still kind of lost my train of thought, but I will try to get back on it. Just to close out the why do I respect Obama and Sanders thing. There was this is kind of a heavy topic right now, but when Bernie Sanders was campaigning for the presidency, there was a point when he came to. Whoa! Did he survive? That's when you watch your friend get jumped and then he survives the jumping and comes back. That's what just happened. So there was a point in time when Bernie Sanders was campaigning for the presidency, and he was going around, he was collecting his $27 from everybody and just giving his speeches. And then he did something that I've never seen a politician do, which was he came to my neighborhood in the South Bronx. All right, and for those of you who don't know anything about the South Bronx, it's the ghetto. All right, so a person that was running for president of the United States. Nope. God damn, this thing hits hard. The person that was running for the president of the United States came to the ghetto to give a speech to the people that live in the ghetto. Berserker, help me out, brother, man, please. Oh my goodness. And so he came to the ghetto and gave a speech, and that has a lot of meaning. He didn't come specifically for me, but he came for people like me, for people who live in a neighborhood that's not the best.
So? What did they tell you?
I don't speak Japanese.
Well, now what? We need maps.
There's a monastery.
How do you know? Wait here. I'll get reinforcements. Wait for us here.
She's not gonna wait. Yup. Didn't even give him a chance to walk 2 feet away.
Finally.
All right, so we got a bit of a two-parter today, but yeah, Bernie Sanders came to the ghetto. He came to my neighborhood and gave a speech, and to me, that symbolizes the fact that he wants to talk to the people. He doesn't care about the bankers. Well, he cares about the banks, obviously, because we need money, but he doesn't value the bankers and the corporate fat cats any more or any less than a regular person. And that means a lot. So that's why I respect Bernie, and I respect Obama, because he saw that we have a good country. The United States is strong and it's got a lot of potential. But it needs some change. It needs some polishing up. And the reason he felt that way is because he's a liberal. He doesn't want us to wear cotton candy hats. He just wanted us to make America great again.
Taking the beach was one thing. Crossing the mire was another. But there was no plunder to be gained along the shore. The wealth of the samurai lay beyond the swamp. Control and defense of the mire is split among the many houses of the daimyo. Their defenses vary in quality, but none of their defenders lack in skill. Whoever the lone scout was who found that monastery must have wondered what a Blackstone Knight's body was doing there so far from home. They would find out soon enough.
Ominous foreshadowing. So, as we continue on with the mission, I pretty much touched on everything. I think being traditional and conservative is perfectly fine. I've got those kind of beliefs myself, and then at the same time, it's okay to be on the other end of the spectrum and be liberal. Since we do have some downtime, because this is a pretty long mission for once, I'm going to talk about the story and why the Vikings don't hold up when compared to the other stories. They did just have one of the funnier moments in the game with that "I don't speak Japanese" line. It was cute. It broke the melodrama a little bit. It was nice. It was a nice bit of levity, especially because we've been messing with the Raider all this time, and the Raider takes himself way too damn seriously most of the time. But I get it. He's the Raider. He's got to be the Raider. He's got to be over the top. But the problem is the motivation for everything that we're doing right now is very limited, because we're going on these raids and we're killing these samurais because we're Vikings. There is literally no other reason that we're doing what we're doing than because we're Vikings. And this dude had the potential to throw me off the ledge, but he didn't take it. And because of that, he's going to get punished. And this Orochi is also going to get punished for being rude. So you need to go in the hole. You. Not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I spent all this time trying to get him in the hole. I could have killed him normally. Oh, just forget it. So yeah, there's just very little motivation, and as I say that, I do realize that the motivation for the knights and the warden. He came back. He wants some more. Round 2.
I should be quick.
Is over. The motivation for the knights was just kind of a pretty basic survival thing, but they did introduce a lot of moral conflicts with them as well, where you've got the main warden who's at odds with his own belief system. Yo, this guy is bullying me all over the place, and I don't like it. Where he's at odds with his own moral compass and the code of the warden, and he's too just and good for his own good, and that may well get him in trouble and stuff like that. But with the Vikings, you start off trying to get some potatoes, trying to make some mash, and then after you get the mash, all right, well, let's go raid a little bit, and that's what we're doing. We're raiding and killing samurais. Nothing special.
Just need to get to the top, I think.
Oh, I gotta execute this guy. Really? Come on. That's not a real thing, but it worked. And so yeah, and it sort of brings up the whole point that For Honor is. I think it'll always be a little bit at odds with itself, because it does genuinely want to be that dumb action movie kind of story and just a mindless action-oriented game, or something kind of like Dynasty War. Oh no! No! I've come too far. He dodged it. Get in the fire. There you go. All right, oh, jeez. I've come too far to die now. I got another firebomb. Shit. So it's at odds with itself. Even though it does combine the qualities of a hack and slash game very well with the qualities of a fighting game, and it's innovating in that way. There's a little bit more tension in that combination with the story, where they're trying to combine dumb action movie with a melodrama about knights and Vikings and ancient warriors that are super serious, but also make funny, quirky jokes about not being Japanese. You know what? I'm not gonna kill anybody. I'm just not gonna kill anybody. Yep, I'm just not gonna kill anybody. Why didn't I think of this before? I'd done it before, and for some reason I was thinking I couldn't do it again, but I totally can't. Stop it. Guys, it's hot and I'm sweating so much right now. Dude, there's literally a puddle of water underneath my chair right now because it's so humid today on the East Coast. I don't know if it's the whole East Coast, but in the Bronx is really humid right now. And obviously I want to play For Honor right now because I do enjoy playing it, but I've been sitting here for about an hour and a half. My butt is wet, so I've had enough. I've had enough. So we found the maps, we got the cutscene. Holy shit.
Archers!
That's brutal. Throw him in the hole. Now it is time to make the great escape. We have the map, and all we have to do is get out. So we're going to activate this power-up, which will give us movement speed, defense, and extra attack damage, and we are going to sprint all the way to the end. Because you don't actually have to kill anything in this part, it just tells you to escape. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, don't ever get it twisted. If by the end of a playthrough session it sounds like I'm tired and I don't feel like playing the game anymore, it's just because it's hot or I'm salty or whatever. Oh my god, am I not gonna make it? The guard breaks. They never stop. Okay, we're good. Fat boy coming. Not this time. Fat boy number 2. Dodge. Get that shit out of here. What y'all want? Y'all can't catch me. Okay. Okay, we did it. We did it. Haha, we've destroyed the bridge.
What we needed. A way through the mire. The city would be ours.
And there we go. Okay. So on that note, we're going to take a little break. We got some collectibles, we got some observables. It feels good. This was a longer mission. We kind of cheesed it a little bit there at the end by skipping over a lot of the enemies, but it's fine. It was a tough ride, but we made it through. On that note, I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back on Thursday for the final mission of the Vikings campaign, and then next week we will wrap things up with the Samurais. So as always, the name of the game is For Honor. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR, Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.